What's going on, everyone? We're here with Khari Demos of the Bullseye podcast. We got to catch him. The spring game is still going on. But before he leaves, we got to find out, Khari, what do you think about this team? What have you seen that you like so far?
Well, first off, I just think we talked a little bit about this off air. I think just the fact that Coach Mo Linguist was able to flip this roster really in a year, to bring in the type of recruits he did, number one recruiting class in the MAC. I'm really excited to see, and it's a very unique time. Obviously some guys leaving on the transfer portal and things like that, but that many more came back in. So I'm excited to see guys like Justin Marshall get acclimated to the team and, seeing some of the guys that are able to step up. Cole Snyder getting an opportunity to compete for the quarterback position as well. So it should be an exciting season for the Bulls.
Yeah, it's revamped. It's a brand new team completely. There's nothing to compare it to right now.
Right.
So we're going to ignore last year because we know the situation with that. What do you want to see from this new iteration of this Bulls team that is going to make them successful? What's the one thing out of anything else that's going to push them over the edge and take them further into MAC play?
I think I would say three things. The first would be, defensively. Coach Mo, he's a defensive-minded guy. I think being able to stop the big plays. I think that was the biggest issue with the team last year,
Especially in the secondary.
Especially in the secondary, and I think yes, the team was 5-7, but if you cut some of those big plays down, or in terms of being able to, which my second point would be with finishing. They had a young group last year. I felt like they were really trying to mull things out. Being able to finish games, I think, will allow them to progress that much more. Obviously, it's a cliche thing to say, but there were a lot of games that the Bulls either had a lead in the second half or enter in the fourth quarter, and they ended up losing those games, and one-score games as well. So It's something that you got to take note of. But then also too, I think it's a tried and true formula with any program of football, whether what level it is. Quarterback play. The quarterback play was up and down last year with Van Treese and Myers, especially once Van Treese got hurt. Being able to lean on Dylan McDuffie last season was great, but he's not here anymore.
That's a big loss.
Big loss. So you'll be trying to figure out what's coming with the running game, while you're also trying to implement a new passer into the lineup, potentially a new passer into the lineup. So I just think more consistency there will definitely be able to help the Bulls get over the top.
Okay, so real quick, I want three players. I want an offensive breakout player prediction, a defensive, and then I want someone that probably no one is anticipating that you think is going to have a big year for the Bulls.
For sure. I was really excited to see what the tight end was going to be doing, Stevens, before he left and everything like that. Like I said, Justin Marshall's a name I want to see, but I want to see what Ron Cook can do with a bigger load. And obviously, seeing Tajay Ahmed get put on scholarship today.
That was big. So if anybody doesn't know, in smack dab in the middle of the spring game, Coach Mo stopped everything to announce that Lockport native running back, and he's a senior, I believe.
Yeah.
Tajay Ahmed had been put on full scholarship. So that's the second player.
Yeah.
Because our long snapper.
Yes. Yep.
Long snapper was put on scholarship too during practice week before. So big day for everybody.
Big day. And Tajay went to my rival high school. I've interviewed him before. Great kid. Great story. He went prep up in Canada for a year. Came back down, worked his way up as a walk-on, obviously, and for him to see the fruits of his labor rewarded like that's a beautiful thing. And then also too, in terms of on the defensive side of the ball, I want to see Kyler Lang. I want to see what he's able to do in terms of a full season putting together. Obviously, he had the huge program record day against Akron. Great performance for him, but I want to be able to see him carry that on. There's been a laundry list of superstar edges that have played here. Obviously, Khalil Mack, but you got guys like Steven Means, Damone Harris playing in the NFL now, my old roommate. There's been a Colby Way, Malcolm Kuntz, a lot of different names that have come through this program that have really set the edge as an edge rusher. So I think if he's able to, get himself to all MAC status, being able to be a leader for this group. He was a young guy last year. And if
he had his coming out party against Akron.
Exactly.
He really stepped up. That to me, that was the young man's game.
Yes.
That's whenever Gasset had a great game.
Yes.
Tyler Lang had a great game. Dolek had a great game.
For sure.
A lot of young talent that was going to carry over to the next year.
Yeah.
They're the face of the defense now.
For sure.
They had big games in Akron.
100%. And they'll need that. Obviously you have a guy like James Patterson coming back, but to be able to have a guy like Lang up front, with some of the guys like Damon Williams, things like that. If he's able to continue on with where he's finished things off last year, the sky's the limit for him.
Awesome. Well, that's Khari Demos. Catch him on the Bullseye podcast. And are you putting those out weekly?
So they generally are. We've had some technical difficulties the last couple of months, but we're figuring things out. I'm probably going to be putting out an episode that's going to compile some of the things I had from Pro Day, as well as some of the interviews I did today. Got to talk with some of the NFL players that played for the Bulls back in the day. So that'll be a treat. So
that's awesome. Yeah, be on the lookout for that, and then be on the lookout for this when it drops. Sports Talk Buffalo. Check us out on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, and then we'll see you on the other side.
Yes, sir. Horns up.
Horns up.